Shalom, family, and welcome to the first official Arukah at the Well Ministries video. Arukah, which means healing in Hebrew, and at the well is based on the scripture John 4, that the chapter 4, where the Samaritan woman has such an encounter with Yeshua that she's healed. And not only is she healed, but she runs and tells other people who rejected her, and they end up having a similar encounter and desiring a relationship with him as well. Just to give a little context, in 1996, I became a Christian. I'm from upstate New York, and shortly after, I relocated with my children to the DMV area, and I was in the good old Church of God in Christ. And I was in church for until about 2013. And I'm not going to go into the full testimony. I'll do that. I will give a full testimony in another video, but this one I just want to kind of focus on describing what the ministry was about. But once in 2013, I started to realize it was time for me to walk away from the church, which, if you ever hear me say the system, that's what I'm referring to, because I began to see that was actually more of a business or a system, and I didn't want anything else to do with it. I went through a lot of abuse, and I went through a lot of hurtful things, and I saw things that I didn't believe should be in the system. So for that, by the leading of the Most High, I walked away. But I never walked away from him, or I never walked away from Yeshua. Then in about, I would say 2015 maybe, I started to wonder, I was going through some things, and I started to really focus on the plight of us as so-called black people. And I began to ask the Most High, are we cursed? I would even ask my family if they felt like we were cursed. And of course they didn't know what I was talking about, but I couldn't help but wonder. And then, you listen to current events and you listen to the news, and it doesn't matter where we are in the world, we're hated. We're hated more than any other culture or any other race. And there had to be a reason why. And not long after that, I would see things on social media about us being the true chosen people, and it scared me. I'll be honest. I was one of those people that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the end times. We don't want to be deceived, and we don't want to have itching ears. So, I rejected that entire idea. But even though I rejected it, more people started to share things with me, and then I started to. I literally stumbled by accident on some videos about us being in the truth, and in 2017, I finally just decided there's too much evidence, too much irrefutable evidence that proves that we are the children of the Most High. So Arukah at the Well Ministries. This is how it was birthed. I noticed that although we're all excited about the history, finally learning, finally being able to connect ourselves with a real identity other than slavery and other than something negative, I started to, it was exciting just to learn all these things about our bloodline. But I also started to notice, through interactions with other people, watching, the comments and the commentary when, during videos when people chat, I started to notice people are so broken. And I began to wonder, well, what do I do with the calling that I have? Because I know our callings are irrevocable. And so I couldn't figure out, because I was following people that were just scholars in the word, and I am not. And that's just not my lane. That's not my calling. I've always had this desire, even in Christianity, to see people heal. But, I would minister to anyone. But coming into the truth, I started to learn that we're so broken. Even though we have this rich, powerful history, everybody's excited, everybody's learning about who they are. We didn't deal. We hadn't dealt with, most of us had not dealt with the things that hurt us, or, child abuse, domestic violence, racism, at work, racism in the court system. Wherever we went, we were dealing with trauma. And I started to seek the Most High and ask him what I should do. And he started to remind me about the calling that I had. And I started to realize, and I would ask him, why is no one addressing our need to heal. I started, we all see it, a lot of back and forth bickering, a lot of debates, a lot of things that are not conducive to us growing and healing as a people. I see um, us as women being blamed for the state that we're in, and then I see women blame men. The truth is, we're both the men and women, we're both responsible. We're also responsible to heal individually. If each and every one of us start to work on ourselves individually, then collectively we can come together. Collectively, if we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, then and we start to really seek the Most High, then collectively everything will fall into place. And I strongly believe that. But we have to first recognize our need. We've all been, most of us, I should say a lot of us were in the church world. I was not raised in church, but, I did come into the church as an adult. And there were a lot of misconceptions that we were taught. And one of them was, if you run around, you speak in tongues, and you fall out, that you're healed. And the truth is, it just doesn't work that way. Healing, all of the years of trauma and abuse and rejection and neglect that we've gone through, there's no instant fix for what we've gone through, especially because, as you know, a lot of this is generational. So a lot of it that happened to our ancestors still affects us to this day. And so it's a journey. Healing is a journey. It's not an easy journey, but it's necessary and it's beneficial, because the more we heal, the more we grow and the stronger we become. The more we heal, the better we are at interacting with each other, because we're not basing our response from us being broken internally. A lot of times when you see people go after another ministry or go after other people, or they're very defensive, it's because they haven't dealt with some pain that they've endured through life as a child. Neglect, or there's times when we go through things and we get to a point when we become adults where we become overprotective of ourselves. But we can't forget. We have to go back and look at those places. We have to get to the root of why we respond the way we do, why we retreat, why we react. There are reasons for it, or why we don't succeed in certain relationships, or why we're even hard on ourselves. There's a root to all of those things. And there's no shame in us saying, I need to heal. And that has to be a conversation that we have to be more comfortable about having with each other. So some of the content that I'll have on my channel it's all going to be biblically based. It's all going to be through the leading of the Ruach and the Most High. I don't feel animosity towards any other race, but I believe that my calling is for my people. It's because we've been broken and disjointed. Hopefully that's the right word. But we've been disconnected for so long that my desire is to see us reconnect, because there's strength, and they know, people on the outside know the strength that we have. We have to get to that place where we remember the strength that the Most High put in us. And we have to see ourselves the way other people see us. But until we heal, we won't see ourselves like that. And so my desire is, I don't want to debate. I know there's going to be, there's always naysayers with ministry. That has to be expected. But that's not, I'll let the Most High. One thing he taught me is, when you have naysayers, when you have people that attack, that's between them and Yah. My vision and my focus is healing. I don't have all the answers, but that's the exciting part of this ministry, because there are other people who desire to see our people heal. So we'll have interviews, we'll have teachings, we'll upload recordings. I also teach every other Sunday a women's group. We have a meeting and we have certain topics that we discuss. I don't record them because there are some very intimate and personal things that people share, and part of having a ministry is, for me, is that you should create a safe space. So I try to have that private, everybody is welcome to join, but I can't make it public, because just out of respect and to make people feel safe, because people have a lifetime of hurt, and people have things that it takes a long time to discuss or even work through. So for them to know that they have this safe space, I think it's important. But on this platform, we'll have open forums, we'll have live chats, and we're going to talk about real things. We'll have, like I said, we'll have interviews, we'll have prayer calls, and we'll also have opportunities for testimonies. And so this is the first, like I said, official video, but there's so much more to come. The Most High has really blessed me with some ideas and some information that I look forward to sharing with you, because we need each other on this journey. Most importantly, we need the Most High. We need Him to bring us back together. We need Him to put us back together. We need Him to teach us how to love ourselves. And most importantly, we need Him to help us to remember that we are the apple of His eye, and He loves us with an everlasting love. And if we learn to trust Him, I know a lot of us have, we don't have the best example of an earthly father, but Yah is like no father on this earth. He is love. He has to chastise us at times, but He is love, and He cares about those things that affect us, that hurt us, that we've been inflicted by, we've been affected by. He cares about those things. And I believe there are many other people who are called into ministry where we teach people, or we encourage people to heal. I am grateful for the sisters that I've met in the truth, who have encouraged me to start these videos. And we'll have a lot of those sisters on the channel. We'll interview them. We're gonna have real talk. We're gonna do real talk. We're not gonna candy coat anything. In my videos, there's not gonna be. I'm just gonna be my organic self. Like I said, I am going to share real content, but it's not gonna be scripted. Of course, I have to do my own studies, and I have to allow the Ruach to lead me. But we are imperfect people. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see an imperfect person who desires. I'm on my healing journey. I've been through a lot, and like I said, I will share my testimony in another video. But this journey is exciting for me, especially when I can look back and I can honestly see that once I came out of Christianity and I came into this truth, I've never been closer to the Most High than now. And so, oh, I know we're supposed to say this. I also ask that you would like, share, and subscribe to this video, because I desire that it would be fruitful and that it would grow. That is my desire, for you to heal, for you to grow closer to the Most High, and for us to come together and learn to love on each other like I know we're capable of doing. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to encouraging you and helping you on your healing journey. And I love you with the love of the Most High. And with that, until I see you on the next video, Shalom.